recycled clay. I'm going to risk it, but the more you use recycled clay on clay that really does get stressed out, that wide, kind of thin slab can get a little stressed out picking it up and so on. So new clay, this is the only time really you should use new clay. Actually, no, there's one other time too, but I'll tell you later. Okay, now get this thing. Now, usually you center clay in a dome. When you do this, you just keep on going. Keep on going down and down and down, you know, until your hands can kind of still maintain that. Okay, that's the beginning part. Notice my posture. I'm using like little praying hands, you can call it. Whether you pray or not doesn't matter, but that's just like it's not, you can do this, but I tend to do that, and I'm going to use that part of my hand right there like a rib. I'm just going to, and my sponge is right here squishing water. So, push down a little bit. Slowly come out. What you don't want to do, and I'm going to do it intentionally, what you don't want to do is have like a little, let me do that, get that little mushroom hangover thing. Okay? See, that's kind of, that rim right there is hanging over. I'm going to avoid that. Another way to do it, so this way is great. Another way you can do it is this kind of the same idea with different position. You can use your fingertips right behind the edge of the sponge. Use your other hand to press down. And slow with my hands. A couple of things about plates too. You will continue. Or when you exit the clay, you come off quickly, which leaves a little thing, and then that just gets bigger and bigger. All right. So I'm getting out here to the edge of my back. Cannot go beyond the back. What? That just came up. Matter? And this thickness, if it's as thick as a ruler, that's probably too thick. If it's as thick as the handle of a fettling knife, that's okay, but don't get thinner than that. We need a little bit of thickness for it to remain stable. Alright, now that we've got just a disc going, we want to make sure it's pretty flat. So use the rib, and I like to have the sponge right behind the rib. So if I need to, I'm just going to go squish, squish, and then keep it. So just kind of pick up and move about halfway up. By halfway, I mean, if you cut this in half, then the hand would go, so what you don't want to do is go here and then all the way out from here. Just kind of go. And you can tell, see that little ring right there? That means there's a low spot. Okay? So we want to try to have the whole thing be pretty flat. Just take off a little bit of extra, and then looky, it becomes perfectly round once again, right there. Okay, so that's totally okay if your clay is a little off-center at the outside. By using your fingertips, your fingertips right around the sponge, I'm going to undercut it about to my first knuckle. I'm going to push down on the back and slowly just undercut it. You can already see the plate happening. That's about all you need right there. Always touch the, but this is kind of thick. Then you do a simple little pull. Again, think upright. Don't think out here it might collapse. This takes, it's a bigger, wider piece, so it takes longer for this to go around. So your fingertips right here need to slowly, I feel a little rock in my clay. Oh boy, there's a big rock right there.
Oh my goodness.
There's plenty of clay under there. If I need to, I can undercut just the tiniest bit more have that clay to pinch and pull up. Now, you have choices at this point. As long as you remember to soften off the rim, this can be done. Okay, you don't have to do anything different than just that. And but let me show you a couple. I'm just going to kind of clean up a little bit here. Let it be kind of rounded. You can use a rib. Find the spot that kind of fits right in there. Kind of like a bowl where you kind of round off to the rim. You can let the wall of the plate be a little more angular. You can kind of think of that, and I made a plate yesterday. I'm gonna have this one kind of match that one. Kind of like with the bowl that I made, I'm gonna use my fingernail. Like I said, or you can go flat with kind of an angle, or you can kind of round it off. It's up to you or not whether you do that kind of stuff. So I've had a lot of students make the wall of their plate about that high. Think about it. If you have food on here, you want to scoop it up against the edge of your plate, get a big spoonful and now undercut this thing without it coming off or without wrecking it. So we still slice off a little bit. We still peel off this. That little piece right there. At the end, we still will use a fettling knife underneath the bat to lift it off the wheel. Now, this is a big, wide piece of clay. When you do this, with your right hand especially, because it's going to want to take you that way, you have to pull really hard like you want to break this, and push down really hard with your thumbs, and make sure your thumbs are going to be wide enough not to bump into the plate. So this is, you have to brace yourself, get your shoulders, and then slowly go through it. And if you relax there, this tool, the wire is going to go up into your clay and back down again. It's going to get really thin right there. Then fettling knife underneath, and you're done. And for today, you have to cover it up with a nice little blankie, night. Come on, it'll get under there some point.